a woman knocks on her friend's door. So Rachel knocks on Leah's door. She says, Leah, listen, next week I'm making a Sheva Brachas. A Sheva Brachas celebration. I baked these 80 challahs, little challahs that I want to serve at the Sheva Brachas. Do you mind putting them in your freezer? So Leah says, yeah, sure. I don't have room in my freezer. So Leah says, fine. She puts them in her freezer. Okay. The night before the Sheva Brachas, this woman, Rachel, knocks on her door. And she says, Leah, I want to take out the challahs because I want to defrost them and get ready for tomorrow. She says, sure. She goes over to the freezer. She opens up, there are 4 challahs sitting in the freezer. She's shocked. She doesn't know what. She goes over to her husband, and she says, your husband's sitting there. She says, Chaim, did you eat the challahs? And he goes, yeah, they were really good. Me and the boys have been eating them all week. And she goes, when is the last time? Women have an ability to yell without making a sound. She goes, when is the last time I made challah? And she's tearing, she's crying. She goes up at her front door. She said, she's crying. She goes, Rachel, I'm sorry, my husband and my sons ate all the challahs. She goes, really? I hope they enjoyed them. So Leah looks at her, well, I understand you're not upset. She says, why should I be upset? Why should I be upset? I baked them that somebody should enjoy them. They enjoyed them. It's good for them. Maybe I'll bake some more tonight. I'll buy some at the bakery, as long as somebody enjoyed them. Okay, terrific. Isn't that a marvelous woman? I once told this story in front of a group of older women. One woman in the back, she couldn't restrain herself. She bursts out, what a tzaddikas. Okay? Yeah, that's a wonderful woman. You know who the real marvelous woman could be in the story? You know who the real tzaddikas could be? That Leah, if she doesn't go back to her husband and say to him, you nitwit, what were you thinking? Didn't you ever? And she doesn't give him that whole earful. Silence? That's a tzaddikas. She's willing to overlook. You know how the story ends, don't you? Those of you who are married certainly know. She doesn't say anything. Leah doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything. And then at about 2 a.m, she sits up in bed and says, you never, what were you thinking? I want to tell you something. For those few hours, she didn't say anything. She's a tzaddikas. That's what it means. Ma'avir al midosav, ma'avir lo al kol pshav. Somebody who's willing to overlook, HaKadosh Baruch Hu overlooks. And it's not easy.